NAFTA is an acronym for North America Free Trade Agreement. This trade agreement was between Canada, the United States, and Mexico. NAFTA promoted free trade between the three countries with no tariffs or taxes. Without tariffs, products cost less for consumers. NAFTA increased the number of jobs in Mexico, which has increased the standard of living there. Labor costs are much lower in Mexico. This has benefited American and Canadian businesses. American farmers have profited under NAFTA. They've been able to sell more produce than ever, especially to Mexico. Another benefit of NAFTA has been lower oil prices. Americans have benefited from these lower oil prices by importing from Canada and Mexico. And overall, trade in North America has increased by over $1 trillion. It sounds wonderful. It seems like NAFTA was all positive. Unfortunately, there were some drawbacks to NAFTA. NAFTA has caused many Americans to lose their jobs. It's estimated that 500,000 to 750,000 jobs have been lost. These jobs were mainly lost as American companies moved their factories to Mexico, taking advantage of the lower labor costs there. When a foreign-owned factory opens in Mexico, they call it a maquiladora. These maquiladoras have caused environmental damage. They do not have the same environmental standards in Mexico that are in the United States and in Canada. One of the original purposes of NAFTA was to decrease illegal immigration from Mexico to the United States. Unfortunately, that did not happen. Between 1990 and 2000, illegal immigration doubled from 4.3 million to 9.2 million. NAFTA has also caused problems for small Mexican farmers. With the cheaper goods coming in from America, Mexican farmers were unable to compete. So there were problems with NAFTA. It needed to be renegotiated. During his presidential campaign, Donald Trump promised that he would do this. He called NAFTA the worst trade deal ever made. The renegotiated agreement is called the USMCA. That stands for United States, Mexico, Canada Agreement. This agreement has been approved by Mexico and by the U.S. It only needs to go through Canada's Parliament now. It is expected that it will be approved soon. The USMCA makes some changes to NAFTA. One change is that it mandates inspections of factories that are suspected of labor violations. The USMCA also gives Americans access to Canada's dairy market. They didn't have this before. It requires that 75% of automobile parts are produced within the three-nation bloc, either in Canada, the US, or Mexico, in order for those automobiles to be duty-free. Auto workers have to make at least $16 an hour under the USMCA. This increases Mexican workers' pay threefold. Well, that's it. All about NAFTA and the USMCA. I hope you learned something new.